Toastmaster Abdul-Rahman Tuwejri, title of his speech, Who Needs a Boss? Who needs a boss? Toastmaster Abdul-Rahman Tuwejri.
Contest chairperson, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, handsome judges, good evening. Who needs a boss? Who needs a boss is a question for you. Actually, I ask more than 1,000 employees from different companies worldwide. Do we need these bosses? All of them. And all of them said no, we don't need them. But to tell you the truth, only one said yes. Later I discovered he did not understand the question. But this keeps me thinking, why do we need them since everybody said we don't need them? What's their role? And I keep thinking, what is that? I know that they are good and excellent and doing a great job in raising blood pressure, stress, heart attack, and all these. But do we really need them to do that, to raise our blood pressure and stress? We have our wives. They are doing better than this. Actually, I was working with a very tough boss. He's always giving me a hard time, always bothering me. One day, I collect all my courage and confront him. I said, why you treat me this way? Do the company pay you to treat me bad? He looked at me and said, no, I am doing this for free. You see, even if you look back to the history and look at all these great inventions around us, all these great discoveries were done by self-managed people. They don't have bosses. Can you imagine Thomas Edison? He failed 200 times before he discovered the light bulb. If he has a boss, do you think he can continue? He will be fired from the first failure. And we will live in darkness the rest of our life. This also reminds me of a great philosopher in management called Edward Deming. When he addresses a group of executives like this, he will ask them, who has a low productive employee? Who has a dead wood in his staff? So most of the hands will go up. We have a dead wood in our staff. Then he will ask him, did you hire him dead or did you kill him? Our organization spends time and money to hire great, talented people, and these bosses killing them? Do we need killers in our organization? We don't need them. Actually, also these bosses wearing different faces, different masks. Angry face, smiley face, zero expression face. Can you imagine working with an angry face? Always his eyebrows pointing to his nose all the time. You spend years and years working with him, and you never know the color of his teeth. And even when you are next to him, he gives you the feeling that he's smelling something bad. And you keep looking at yourself, you say, did I do something? What's wrong with me? How can you be creative with this type of people? Or the worst case is the smiley face. Because you need to work hard to keep his smile up. And fabricate the truth sometimes to keep it up. Because if it goes down, you will be down also. Last week I was watching the TV and I saw a self-managed individual, Japanese guy, also self-managed individual, working in a robots, and the robots is doing many things. And I said, yes, this is a great idea. We can replace all these bosses with the robots. At the end, we just need 10 to 15 statement programs, and that's it. This is the role of the boss. I mean, at the end of the day, to be a boss, you don't need a brain. So imagine yourself going to him and said, boss, for the last 100 years, I did not get a raise. You did not meet the requirement. Sir, what's this requirement? Sorry, it's confidential. But I want to know, to improve myself. Use your creativity. And since they are good in raising blood pressure, he will come to you and hold your hands. Your blood pressure is low, 2 days deducted from your salary. I said, what did I do? He said, last week you did not laugh at my program jokes. Because you need to laugh to these bosses' jokes, what if? You see, my message is not that we get rid of all these bosses. No, no, this is a wrong message if you misunderstand me. We can keep some of them in the museum. So our future generation look at them and know why we are not creative. But the real message to all of us, that based on the study, that people performance is a function of how you treat them. If you treat them with respect, if you listen to their ideas, if you treat them well, they will exceed your expectation. And Toastmasters officers are a good example of officers who treat people like volunteers and engage them. What I want is transfer that model to our companies and make our companies a rewarding and successful experience for all of us. If we cannot transfer that model, I'd like you all to join me and invest in robot technology. Because maybe one day we can program them to be humans. Contest chairperson.